Hey, I don't have an intro. Sorry, it is Christmas time. I'm in the spirit. I love Christmas. I have been asked to watch this video borderline daily for the last year and a half, ever since I started Star Rail. I'm very busy with the 9 days of Vicmas event going on. If you haven't checked it out, please. I'm doing 9 days of streaming. I never stream. Come on over, enjoy it. It's a fun time. Watch me struggle to stream because I don't do streaming. I'm not a streamer. I love post-production. I wanted to release more content while I was doing that because I'm also on vacation from work, and I was like, what's something quick, easy, requires no effort on my part, but I still reap all the benefits? Oh yeah, reaction content. That thing that everybody loves, yet is so similar to something everybody hates. Anyways, guys, today we will be checking out everything you need to know about Welt before playing honkaistarrail. Now, I've already screwed up. I've played honkaistarrail. Today's video comes from an individual known as Homulabs, and I can tell just from looking at some of this dude's video titles and like these thumbnails, this dude is amazing. Like, so many of these thumbnails I have looked at and been like, oh, I've asked that question. Who the hell is that? Oh, well, this video tells me who they are. If evil, why hot? So, look, long story short, I'm absolutely going to be coming back and checking out this guy's channel. So, I can already tell you are a treasure and a credit to this community. So I'm just going to pop you a subscribe, my guy. I don't know you. We'll probably never speak to each other, but good job. Thank you for your work and effort. I'm so sorry I have to ride off your creative spirit. All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Everything you need to know about Welt before playing honkaistarrail.
If you never played Honkai Impact 3rd before, you might be very confused as to why people lose their minds over this plain-looking rampa that is seeming.
Hold on, did you just call Welt a plain looking? Look, I hate pausing, but I'm gonna have to do it throughout this to get my thoughts out. I'm a straight man, and I think Welt is fantastic. Like, don't you ever say that again.
With making anime and going on space adventures with a bunch of kids.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
It's okay though, without
the kids
knowing
say.
His backstory, well, comes out as a pretty strange guy. I even saw people saying that, and I quote, "He's ugly and I don't understand why would anyone want to play as him." And to that,
he's stripped to the
to
nines!
borrow a quote from a certain individual known as Jesus. "Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing," or saying in
Jesus was an anime girl all along?
Let me get my glasses and let Grandpa Homulabs tell you youngsters a story. A story about a hero who saved Earth countless times.
Okay, hold on. So just for the record, to get this out here real quick. I've never played Honkai Impact 3rd. I vaguely know a little bit about it. I know nothing about Welt and his actual lore or anything like that. I've purely only played Star Rail and Genshin. I've seen a couple of the Hompact trailers back in the day. They were cool, but I just never got into it. As for what I know about Welt, I think at one point he's from Earth, he's from Hompact. He's got a black hole in a stick, an artificial black hole in a stick, my bad. He does threaten people with gravitational disintegration. Apparently he's a badass. I don't know. I have no clue. From everything I've seen, he is amazing. At one point, I think he was the Hershey's Chocolate of Reason. I think if I remember the comments correctly. I think that's it. I don't know. He's friends with someone who looks like Luocha. Otto? Evan? I don't remember the name. Anyway.
A man that endured insurmountable obstacles and managed to rise to the challenge every time, shouting in the face of adversity, "I am Welt of humanity, and I stand against you, Dark Queen, as a warrior guardian of the human race." Okay, to be fair, his lines are a bit corny.
What?
But even so,
that was epic!
you can't help but fangirl over this man whenever he appears. It is no surprise that hoyoverse chose him to be the one character from Honkai Impact 3rd to come over to Star Rail. We even have a meme in the Honkai community that Welt is just that way as a self-insert in the story. Anyway, here is everything you need to know about Welt before you embark on your trailblazing journey with
Nobody tell him we've already embarked. Anti-entropy, so creation, atrophy.
Nokianvirtanen, aka Welt, is a character with a very long history. But before learning anything about his godliness, we must learn about the man whose name he inherited, Welt Joyce. Throughout the history of human civilization, major Honkai incidents that lead to the deaths of thousands are referred to as Honkai eruptions. These are usually accompanied
So this is funny because a long time ago, a buddy of mine tried to get me to read a manga called Freezing. And if you know what I'm talking about, you already know where I'm going with this. And my buddy didn't tell me the content of the manga. He sent me the one page, like, the elevator pitch of what it was about, where it was like, there's some terrible, like, extra dimensional entities that are attacking the world and destroying it, and scientists of humanity managed to grab that energy, put it into people, and turn them into superhumans. And I was like, that's an amazing plot. I'm gonna go read it. And then I read it. And if you know what High School of the Dead is, you know where this goes. I always compare that to Honkai because they're like the same fucking thing in my head.
By the awakening
Just extraterrestrials trying to destroy the world, so let's artificially create a bunch of hot women.
of Herschers, powerful beings that can ban physical laws. In 1952, the first Honkai eruption took place in Berlin and took the lives of 300,000 people. Amidst the ruins of the disaster, a young man that didn't have any memories of his past was wandering around. Due to a special property of the core of reason, the minds of the 300,000 deceased were absorbed into his Herrscher core and allowed the man to resist the influence of the Honkai, making it possible for him to become the first Herrscher that fights for humanity. He was eventually found by a secret organization that combats the Honkai, known as Schicksal. After years of experimentation, he was transferred to the Schicksal's London division.
Why does that sound like a fucking shingles disease? What? That was mean of me, anyway.
Where he met Mophead and Lobster, Einstein and Tesla for the first time. He also got to know a scientist by the name of alias Nokianvirtanen. There,
man, looks like he does not sleep.
Treated with kindness and respect, and Einstein even chose a name for him, Welt, which is German for world, and Joyce, after the Irish author James Joyce. In the time spent there, Welt catches the eye of Elias's son, a small and shy boy by the name of Joachim. Alas,
and that's our boy.
Soon turned its ugly gaze upon them. They discovered that Schicksal was hiding many secrets, and that Otto Apocalypse, the current overseer of the organization and professional clown, had more important plans than fighting the Honkai.
No, I'm not even gonna pause.
They discovered a weapon left by a previous civilization from 50,000 years ago known as the Previous Era that was wiped out by the Honkai. The weapon was called the Star of Eden, and it was made from the Herrscher core of the Previous Era Herrscher of Earth, who had the power to control gravity and sunk an entire continent under the ocean. From that day
like an Atlantis pun?
The Star of Eden became the signature weapon of the Herrscher of Reason. As things escalated, the confrontation between Ado and Welt's group was imminent. Ado killed Elias and took over the body of a Valkyrie named Rihanna, causing a lot of havoc. Joyce, with very little time, managed to take control of his powers and fought back. Ado, who was pushed into a corner, decided to blow up the entire city of New York to make sure that no one who knew his secrets will live. Joyce used his remaining powers to create a barrier and protect the city from the incoming news.
Never mind, you're good, New York.
He was successful, but the damage he sustained was too much for his body. In his last moments, Joyce entrusted his Herrscher core and name to the young Joachim, who lost both his father and his hero on that day. After those events, the Schicksal American branch renamed itself into Anti-Entropy, and Joachim, who now goes by the name Welt Yang, became the new sovereign of the organization.
Hello, feet, what? Second eruption? Okay, angry young lady?
The second
Frostpunk?
eruption gave birth to the Herrscher of the Void in Siberia. The Herrscher was a girl named Sirin, who was a test subject in Schicksal's Babylon Tower. Anti-entropy was forced to take action and Welt engaged the Herrscher in a direct fight. He used all the might of human civilization to create a fleet of tanks, ships, aircrafts, and other weapons to stop Sirin. I think I should mention here that the Herrscher of Reason has the power to construct literally anything as long as the user has an understanding of that object's composition. Welt is almost victorious, but
this video's not even halfway over. My brain is destroyed. Dude, Welt has seen shit.
Otto disguised himself and stopped Welt from dealing the final blow because he needed the Herscher's powers for his goal. Sirin escaped to the moon, where she got blessed with even more power from the wheel of Honkai and challenged Welt to a final battle on the giant piece of cheese. Welt was like,
Challenge accepted.
but knowing that he cannot win, he planned to blow up his own Herscher core and take out both himself and Sirin at the same time. In the end, he traveled to the moon together with Siegfried, one of Schicksal's knights, and Kiana Kaslana's father. Welt's plan ultimately failed, and Sirin took his core before he can detonate it. Welt died, but in a true Sigma male fashion, he already had a plan in place even for this turn of events.
Did he reconstruct himself like they just said?
Of Reason's core can house
Did he pull a fucking
he
Gojo?
His consciousness into the core right before his physical body died. Then he waited for an opportunity to strike and used his powers to construct a new body for himself. With his intervention, the tides of the battle were turned against the Herscher of the Void and humanity emerged victorious.
What in the Nagima was that? Hold on. So, well, the Hershey's chocolates are like the equivalent of like gods in Honkai, right? Or something like that? I have no idea. All I know is they're crazy powerful. Welt just threw down with these people twice, waited for them to ascend to be a better god, and then literally got in a spaceship to go beat their ass. And the whole time that happened, his dad, his best hero, his organization, the Earth, everything's getting fucked around, and he's just fighting. You have to understand where I'm coming from here. In Star Rail, he's just a humble uncle on a train. Like, what? He's had two badass moments the whole game, and he didn't even do anything for them. Oh my god, what?
In the following years, Welt
Alien
took up
space.
the role of a substitute teacher at a university in America. One of his students was Murata Himeko, a young girl interested in studying the stars and the galaxy. During that time,
So she's on a
Himeko
different Star Rail.
traveled to New Mexico to investigate some UFO sightings, and Welt accompanied her to keep her away from the truth, since those alleged UFO sightings were actually tests that anti-entropy was doing in the area. Himeko's father, Murata Ryusuke, was a Schicksal researcher who ran away from Aro and sought help from anti-entropy. He discovered the existence of a small and fluffy alien species called the Sugars, and even befriended one of them named Peppermint.
Oh,
The
that's so
Sugars were
sweet!
hiding on Earth from another alien civilization called the Sky People. The Sky People traveled to different worlds to harvest Honkai energy, causing destruction in the process. In an attempt to combat one of Sky People's vanguard stones that was approaching Earth,
The
Welt and
Necron?
Ryusuke boarded a rocket and flew into space. After dealing with it, Ryusuke suddenly started monologuing
I shouldn't be surprised considering they say he fights gods, but I just like the idea of how nonchalantly they were like, an asteroid was about to hit the Earth. Welt flew into space. They dealt with it. They came back and started monologuing. Like, what?
about humanity's potential and revealed his true intention. He wanted to steal Welt's Herscher powers
that dude
to
looks-
fulfill his plan and free humanity from this planet. Ryusuke killed Peppermint and took over his powers. With some help from the Sugars, Welt defeated Ryusuke and put an end to his madness. The Sugars, Welt defeated
Is that the Yanis Gate? I don't think it is, but it sure looks like it.
defeated Ryusuke and put an end to his madness. The Sugars, although grateful to Welt for saving them, decided to leave this world since their existence has been discovered. Himeko, who was kept in the dark, gave up on her studies and joined Shixel as a Valkyrie to investigate what really happened to her father. Unlike Himeko, you don't have to join a secret military organization to learn more about the Honkai. All you need to do is subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs
You should
up
too.
if you enjoyed it. Thank you.
AE invasion?
Not much happens during this time. Welt is hiding and poses as a teacher at Saint Freya, a Valkyrie school built by Teresa Apocalypse in the Far East. In the meantime, Kokolia, another anti-entropy agent, tries to take advantage of Welt's absence and take over the organization using a clone of Welt, Joyce. In the end, Welt reveals his identity and easily defeats the clone created by Kokolia, proving that no fake can
Gravitational disintegration. Oh, we're just gonna brush over that, okay.
In the events of the game, Welt
oh my god, Hoyo, chill.
made multiple experiments involving the Sea of Quanta, which is this strange dimension that exists in between different worlds. One day, they come into contact with a powerful entity known as the Serpent, who wants to escape into reality. To prevent that, Welt sealed himself inside the Sea of Quanta to make sure that the Serpent will not escape. After the reawakening of the Hersher of the Void,
I saw that cutscene back in the day.
Retreated to the Deep End, an underwater city left behind by the people of the previous
this is the one that was sunk.
There, they were attacked by Shixel forces, and left without options, Kokolia asked Teresa, Einstein, and Tesla for help. After a big turn of events, Bronya ends up jumping into the Sea of Quanta and meets Joachim, a kid version of Welt who has prepared a set of trials for her. After Bronya
convenient game mechanic introduction
as a worthy successor to the Hersher of Reason's powers and passed the core to her. They eventually meet the Serpent, who turned out to be Kevin Kaslana, one of the heroes of the previous era who fought the Honkai 50,000 years ago. Bronya was quickly defeated, but Welt, who stored his consciousness inside the core again, recreates his body and saves her. In the end, they were unable to stop the Serpent's escape, but managed to save.
Dude, hold on. Welt is Gojo. Welt is him. Bro's just like, I'm gonna conveniently put my brain in this crystal that everybody wants, and as soon as no one's ready and it's convenient for me, I'm just going to literally fucking rebuild my body cell by cell to pop out and fuck someone up. It's insane. Dude. No.
He returned to reality. Welt wants to let Bronya take over the core of Reason and offers to teach her how to use the Hersher of Reason's powers properly. After the Honkai was sealed on the moon, Welt opened up an animation studio where he worked on multiple projects.
It's just a Dawi introduction.
One being Arahato, a mecha anime that he started a few decades ago to get some funding for anti-entropy. One day, Shixel...
You're telling me this dude has all these accomplishments and he made an animation studio to fund his secret... Just go.
Sent a squad formed by Raiden May, Carol Peppers, and Mr. Paycheck to Saint Fontaine. Their mission was to find and rescue Welt Yang, who disappeared in the city a few days prior. Saint Fontaine was facing an unprecedented crisis, and instead of humans, the
Saint
city
Fontaine,
was full of strange mechanical
those enemies are so cool.
That turned out to be the Sky People.
Oh, Ronnie got an upgrade. God damn.
By Void Archives, a sentient divine key from the previous era to get rid of the Honkai on the moon. I know it sounds really complicated, but don't beat your head around it too much. After they've dealt with the threat of the Sky People,
why is that robot thick?
Welt and Void Archives infiltrated one of the Sky People's spaceships. There, they found out that the Sky People are targeting Himeko, but not Himeko from Honkai Impact Third that Welt knew. Instead, it's another Himeko from a different world, Honkaistarrail Himeko. Being the hero that he is, Welt wanted to save her, but first somebody needed to save him from the Sky People's ship. Luckily, the Sugars were nearby and they didn't forget Welt's kindness, so
Be
they
kind,
saved
you'll be
and
saved
brought
from
both
aliens.
him and Void Archives back to Earth. From there, we don't really know how
Bro,
Welt
what?
and Void
Both him and Void Archives.
Himeko and the Astral. From there, we don't really know how Welt made it to Himeko and the Astral Express. We only have this dialogue from Himeko in which she says that she found Welt and his friend, who is most likely Void Archives since they refer to him.
Oh, his
as
name is
he,
Void
while
Archive.
visiting a world called Salsoto in a mission from Herta to look for a material called Candace Glass. Most likely, after returning to Earth, Welt found a way to travel
Who's
to
this
the Metal's
character?
world.
She's very
Until
fancy.
Then, he's been stuck on the Astral Express,
White hair,
searching
dark
for a
skin.
way back home.
Love the
Thankfully,
altar
his
design.
spirit
There's
and
my boy.
youthful vigor haven't changed, and now he enjoys a new set of adventures through the galaxy while guiding a new generation of youngsters on their journey. I mean, it's not like he has a wife and a child waiting for him back home. Oh wait, I guess you could say that he really went to buy some milk.
Oh, spacewalk? Okay. I just want to make this known. With the BRB milk meme on my channel, I didn't know that was a thing for Welt. That. Bro, you have a what? I need a minute. Okay, so for starters, Homulab. Oh my god, thank you. That was a joy to watch. I'm gonna be binging some of your content when I have free time. Dude, my boy Welt's crazy! So he gets the powers of this Welt Joyce kid who was like a hero who saved New York and fought against an evil organization. Gives Welt his powers, encourages and inspires him to go on to be the dude he is today. Takes a branch of that evil organization, turns it into anti-entropy, becomes the head of it, becomes a teacher, becomes an animation studio head, becomes a husband, becomes a father, destroys asteroids, fight gods, almost beats gods, fights gods again, loses, round 2, wins, passes on his power to 6 people, dies like twice, gets trapped in another dimension, fights Luocha and Kevin and a Void Archive that is just Luocha 2.0. He's friends with a group of aliens named after a standard household food ingredient. He uses the Yanis Gate. He knows Himeko and he knows Himeko. He's Gojo. He literally recreates his, but he's got a black hole and a stick. He can literally wait. How about? I would have assumed none of that from the Welt I know from Star Rail. Now it makes so much more sense why when we were on a train speeding through the galaxy that came to an abrupt stop and everybody fell over, Welt barely fucking moved. Oh my god. Welt should not be the Hershey's chocolate of reason because there was nothing reasonable that happened in all of that. Sweet Lord Almighty, that was insane. I loved all of that. I loved every last bit of that. We're gonna call a video here, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe. Dislike it if you didn't. Costs you nothing, does a lot for me. I can't get over how much fun that was. Welt is all brand new in my eyes. I'm probably gonna go build him in Star Rail like right now and then not use him. Maybe I shouldn't. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, and or witticisms, please leave a comment down below, but no spoilers. It did feel a little gross doing reaction content. Homulabs, I'm so sorry that I had to ride off of the coattails of your success on that. Regardless, thanks for watching, guys. Adios. Have fun all.